It's a place where land and sea have decided never to separate. Located on the Picardy coast, the estuary of the River Somme, the Baie de Somme, with its sandbanks and salt marshes, is home to some astonishing animals. But the stars of the bay are these, the seals. And for a closer look at these 150-kilo animals, some people are prepared to get wet.
We'll gather at the canoes, and then I'll give you the rundown on what we'll be doing.
Olivier takes visitors out in canoes to get as close to the seals as possible. A final briefing before they leave.
It's recommended to keep a distance of 300 meters so we don't disturb them. But once we're in the little channel, we won't be 300 meters away. So if there's a seal on a sandbank, we've no choice but to pass right next to it.
And they're off to test their muscle power in the sea air.
After the two boys, you'll see the seals on the sandbanks. The first one's there, with a few of them on it.
They finally arrive after 9 kilometers of paddling. They have to hold their breath so they don't scare the seals.
Fantastic. Seeing them close up, almost at arm's length. Words can't describe it.
Once hunted, seals are now protected. In the past 40 years, the colony in the Baie de Somme has become the biggest in France.
They usually dive between 1 and 4 minutes, but occasionally a dive can last up to 30 minutes. To stay as dry as possible, they raise their back fins and heads in the air, forming what we call an arch or a banana. This helps them keep their heat.
The Baie de Somme, a wild, untamed land, which for a long time scared off visitors, but it now draws around 200,000 of them every year. You could discover the bay on foot, on horseback, or even on a small steam train. The Baie de Somme is also home to a woman everyone knows as Renette. Now 67, she's been gathering shellfish here on foot since she was a small child.
Wherever there are lighter patches, you know there are cockles underneath.
Cockles, which are found and enjoyed on both sides of the channel.
They're beautiful, but there aren't many of them. I don't know what their properties are, but they're good, so give them a try.
Renette is permitted to gather up to 5 kilos of cockles a day, which she then delivers to local restaurants.
The bay's very special. It's very rich and diversified, and it's beautiful in every season.
This richness is also a godsend for the sheep farmers of the Baie de Somme.
Come on, Payette, over here.
For several generations, Régis and his brother Denis' family have bred lambs on this 400-hectare salt marsh.
The salt marshes have made Baie de Somme lamb famous because they eat the fine grass that has been covered by seawater.
The lambs must graze for at least 75 days in the estuary, eating only marine plants, earning their meat AOC and AOP status, meaning closely controlled and protected.
The AOC is recognition of what we do and what our forebears did, moving from pasture to pasture, the right food, and the water too, because they sometimes drink salt water, which adds to the flavor.
To discover the other treasures of the Baie de Somme, you just need to look up. The region is a paradise for migratory birds, but also for hundreds of other, more local species, which Jean and Johnny know by heart.
That's the call of the bullfinch. It's a small bird with a sad-sounding call. Not very intricate, but it's a very pretty bird.
These two are bird imitators, ornithologists who mimic our feathered friends to perfection.
Each male sets the boundaries of his territory by singing. There are also warning calls, contact calls, location calls, and I can hear all that in the general hullabaloo that is the Baie de Somme.
What's great about singing like a bird is that you become invisible, or rather, you disappear as a human and become part of nature. The birds then take between 15 and 30 minutes to realise we're here and accept us.
Becoming one with nature and blending in with these wide-open spaces, the irrepressible desire of all those who visit the Baie de Somme. An exceptional 70-square-kilometer nature reserve that makes this one of the world's most beautiful estuaries.